If you were a young babber in the mid-2000s, you may remember the 2008 classic movie Speed Racer.
Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh no! What is it? Spear hook!
I know for a lot of people, it was just another CGI heavy movie in the 2000s, but for others, it left a spiritual presence on them. I was obsessed with Speed Racer when I was a kid. I had toys, books, hell, I even dressed up as Speed Racer for Halloween. I spent a lot of time at my mom's work as a kid, playing on an unoccupied computer in the office. Those early years of internet exposure introduced me to so many wonderful experiences, such as YouTube, Club Penguin, Pop Tropica, and even Flash games. I remember putting two and two together one day and thinking, hey, what if I googled Speed Racer game online? And lucky for me, there were some. Two main games come to mind when I reflect back. One game was a sort of 3D racing game that reminded me a lot of Hot Wheels, where you drive Topps-themed candy cars around a wild track with loops and jumps. And while researching this, I recently found out there were two versions of the game, or maybe it was some sort of crossover event thing, because one version of the game just has you driving the candy-themed cars on wild tracks, while another version had you driving the Mach 6 from Speed Racer. However, the game I remember most fondly was Speed Racer Demon on Wheels, also known as The Great Plan. Based on the first two episodes of the original 1960s anime titled the same name, we see Speed Racer entering a dangerous race called the Sword Mountain Race to raise $5,000 for his father, Pops Racer, to build a new engine. In this race, there's a lot of dirty drivers who have it out for speed, but luckily, the car is equipped with defensive maneuvers, if any drivers try anything. When I was a kid, I remember this game being quite hard actually, and I wanted to see if I could beat it with my current day gaming skill. Oh, shit.
Here comes Speed Racer, he's a demon on wheels. Go! That's a remote-controlled hunting robot.
My beautiful new car is all smashed up.
What the fuck just happened? Yeah, to no one's surprise, the Flash game from 2005 controls horribly. I tried so many times to progress in this race, and each time I was just met with a constant failure after failure. Fuck! It took me a few tries to finally win this race, but before we get into strategy and all that, let's talk controls. So here we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, which is to emulate Speed's actual steering wheel buttons, but they also gave the option to just use the numbers 1 through 7 too, which, thank God. The A button deploys the auto jacks, Speed's signature move, where the car just simply does a jump. The B button deploys grip tires, useful for icy roads or even going off the road if someone decides to bump you off of it. C deploys two rotary saw blades in front of Speed's car, useful for cutting down trees or attacking other people. D deploys a deflector, which apparently makes you crash-proof, bulletproof, and is watertight. I didn't really find a use for it. E deploys special headlights that can see further than normal headlights and are especially good for when you're underwater, which brings me to the next button, F, Frogger Mode. Frogger Mode deploys a deflector and provides oxygen to the inside of the car, and also deploys a periscope so you can see above the water. And the final button is G, which summons the homing robot, which is a little bird that in the show usually transmits a message or lets people know where speed is, but in this game you fucking kill people with it. And with the controls explained, let's get down to the strategy I devised to win the race. Strategy number 1 is something that you should keep in mind for every racing game, and that's stick close to the inner corners. Because that's where you have to travel the least amount of distance to gain the most amount of distance. It sounds stupid, but it makes sense when you think about it. Next little trick I came up with is anytime you go off-road, immediately deploy both the grip tires and the cutter blades at the same time. Because when you deploy the grip tires, you don't lose any of your speed when you're driving on the road, and cutter blades are just good so you don't run into trees. And for the next tip is take every shortcut you can possible. It really does make a difference of where it puts you in the race, and also can net you some pretty good items. Also, it might even be the safest course to take on some of these areas. Also, when it comes to these icy areas, I feel like it's best to put safety over speed, so I usually slow down, especially when taking a corner like that. And with the physics of this game, one wrong hit into a wall and you can be sent 30 miles in the other direction. Another tip is don't be afraid to not follow the road. Sometimes if you really want to win this race, because the odds just feel so stacked against you, just drive straight. Do you see curves? Just go forward. I mean, sometimes, yeah, as you can see here, water. Other times, it's just as a matter of just a few trees. So just put the grip tires on and the saw blades and you'll be fine. The final tip I can give you is make sure you have a homing robot set up for when it's just you and this guy. Because unless you have a homing robot, or you get lucky and like hit him maybe, you're gonna lose the race, guaranteed. Even with all these tips that I just said, it took me 46 attempts to finally beat this race. And as someone who's gotten the achievement in Titanfall 2 for completing the gauntlet and getting under 3rd place, whatever the fuck it is, I can say that I felt the same joy when I finally won this race. Here's my attempt that actually succeeded.
Also, so this game does not seem easy.
Uh-huh.
You could tell the fucking, like, way it suddenly clings to walls. Whenever he hits a wall, there's like a 50% chance he just phases halfway through it. And then it's like sideways.
Yep.
And then also the turning is awful on these cars.
Yes, sir. Oh, see how he barely touched me and I went completely sideways? Oh, that was my fault. Skill issue.
What does the homing robot even do?
The robot kills fucking racers for me. I'm not even kidding. See that guy?
Dead.
The man is dead. Whoa, where am I?
In hell.
So true. I'll say, like that damage gauge that goes up whenever literally anything small happens.
Yeah, auto jacks immediately cause damage.
So true.
Even though that's literally his signature move.
Can I get the wrench? I need it. Thank you.
Yeah, is it? Whatever the fuck your name is.
Ice part. Ugh. Ugh. Fuck.
Rocker mode.
Yeah, there's like, it literally has all of his fucking car's abilities in this game. Fucking cocksucker.
Wow. You couldn't see a damn thing under there.
Yeah,
Oh, you
because
just
there's
use a little
another
camera.
ability I have to use called lights, but too many buttons to remember, man. I'll explain the controls after I lose this fucking race.
Could you use the drone to fuck over the last racer?
I can try, but pro tip, he's immune to it.
Hoorah.
Why? Come on, man. And he has hella rubber banding too, which fucking sucks. Come on, come on. No, come on, come on! Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! I'm ejaculating. Oh. Damn it, I didn't get to unlock the exclusive desktop wallpaper of Duggery.
Oh no!
Finally, after all the failed attempts, I had succeeded. I had beaten the game that I obsessed over in my childhood. Just one of many that I, in current day, am going back to try and complete. And honestly, I'm glad I did it. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one.